is time now to answer some of your business questions. Celeste and Shama are here with us to help us out. The first one is about getting insurance.
So, what are the kinds of insurances that a small business owner should think about when they're opening their business?
Good for her for asking. I think this is something that a lot of people just forget about. So what did you think about when you started your business?
You know, there's so many different insurance pieces that you have to think about. I really encourage all entrepreneurs to consider business operators insurance because it's an umbrella, almost like personal umbrella insurance, that actually makes sure you have all things considered: professional liability, workers' compensation. You have to think about whether you have personal liability. There's business interruption insurance that you need should something catastrophic happen and it interrupts your business and you don't have cash flow. You even look at things like liability for product performance, and now the most important thing is data breach. If you're collecting information, personal information, financial information on customers, and your data gets breached in some way, you're liable.
So the way I think about it, and especially for small businesses, is I group things into two camps, right? What's required by law and then what's recommended. And that really does help, especially if you're looking at a budget and thinking, what kind of insurance should I get? So required, I mean, you look at things like disability insurance, workers' comp insurance, and every state is different. So you really want to make sure that you're checking with the state that you do business in. Texas, for example, does not require workers' comp insurance, but other states do. So even if you have employees in other states, you have to then check those states and those regulations. And then recommended, like Celeste was mentioning, looking at business liability. What are some things that I can do proactively to protect myself?
So what did you do? You just found an insurance broker who works with businesses like yours?
Yeah, I talked to my accountant. I talked to the insurance person. I really had sort of a team of people. A lawyer, I think, is very, very important. A good business lawyer who can help you as well.
Got it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This question is about connecting with customers.
I find my biggest successes come when I reach out to my clients individually, but I only have so many hours in the day. So how do I find a way to balance my automation and my personal outreach?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. One is, I also think being creative in how you outreach, because you definitely want to be connecting and making sure what you're reaching out with is relevant, because people will want to have repeat dialogues with you if whether you're using social media, whether you're using direct connection through phone or appearances that you do, getting involved in the community. It's really about having something that's relevant, and sharing information. Content is a great way to engage people. Delivering things of value to them, things that they can use in their lives and their business.
But
so they see as
that's not personal, right? When you're talking about social media, this is you to many.
Right.
And I think what she's talking about is you to you,
right.
one-to-one. And is it important, right? Cost benefit, is it important to go out there and talk to one customer?
Sure, it is. And I think that the challenge is scale, right? And I think that's what she's referring to. But I think you have to remember, what are people looking for? What's your audience looking for? And as Celeste mentioned, it is content. They want something that's relevant and useful for them. Newsletters are a great way to send out that sort of information. So email marketing, even though you're reaching out one to many, can still be very personalized in that way. You can still collect information so you know how often someone wants to hear from you or what topics they're interested in. And I think as long as you're catering to those specific needs, I think it's totally okay to use these automation systems, because how else are you going to scale as a small business?
All right, let's move on to the last question. It's about trying to impress potential partners.
I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn using other means trying to reach JV partners, potential partners for our company. So my question for the experts is, do you have any shortcuts or best practices, insider tricks that we could use to try to get by some of the gatekeepers?
Good question. What do you think?
So go directly to the top. I think with LinkedIn, you don't have to go through gatekeepers, right? It's not like you have to message an assistant to get the appointment. I think it's totally okay to directly connect with someone that you're looking to partner with. There's really two keys. One, you want to be persistent, because sometimes it does take, a few tries to be able to connect with that person. And the second thing is you want to be personalized about it. The last thing you want to do on LinkedIn is send the same template message over and over saying, would love to connect with you, trying to do this JV thing. It's really important to say, what's in it for them, what is it that you're trying to accomplish, and why reach out to them in that first place. So if you're going to take the time to do it, definitely do it right.
I agree, and do your homework. And exactly what you're saying. I think being able to reach out in a way that really explains why you need to make this connection, why it's valuable to you. The other thing that's a creative idea that we've been very successful at is we've organized events and things in the community where we invite someone to speak. And we reach out to that person and say, we'd love for you to speak, and engage them that way, you know, about their area of expertise, and then you can have a dialogue that makes a warm introduction but also delivers some value to them, and it opens that door for other dialogue.
That's a great idea. All right, well, thanks so much, both of you guys. This was really great advice.
Thanks,
Love
JJ.
seeing you both.